Hey there, friend. See, you're going to join me tonight. Yeah, I understand. Life can be very detrimental to our mental health, so I, for one, can understand how you're feeling and what you're going through. Life's not easy. That's true. You're right. It's a fact. But hey, we still must be grateful. Get to wake up every day, create new beginnings, make new friends, start again, achieve new goals, or set new standards. And I try to achieve things higher than what we thought was possible. Now that must be one of the beauties of life. To be able to try and try and try and try and try and try again. But hey, since you're here, why don't you just sit down with me? Right here, just chill, you know. And and I ain't gonna worry, man. I ain't gonna bore your head off, you know. I'm good company, and I assure you, I don't bite. I mean, unless you want me to, then that's a whole different story and a whole different scenario and topic. We won't get too in deep into it. But yeah, come, sit down. Don't be afraid. Just breathe. Just like that. Just in. Relax. And out. Don't force your breath. Just let it go. Just take your time. Just lie down. Just feel comfortable. Just get comfortable. You ain't got to do too much. So, now that we're here, tell me, what's troubling you? Bear in mind, I don't even know why you're here. I don't even know why I'm here, but hey, we're here now. So, tell me, what's on your mind? Hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. No. Okay. I see. Um. Let's see. Where do I start? Okay. I'll start like this. Or should I say, with this? My friend, in this life, life gives all of us lemons. It gives people lemons. And you see, what do we do with these lemons? We just take them, we cut them in half, and we just squeeze them. And the more lemons that we get, the more we take. But you see, this is where the problem comes in. As in this life, we tend to find that we consume a lot of things. We don't take our time, we rush, we move frantically, removing fear, we move scared, and we take a lot of things and we don't understand them, or we don't use them to their full potential. We don't really have gratitude. So you see, when life gives you lemons, let me ask you this. When life gives you lemons, friend, do you look at the lemon before you take it? Do you take your time to admire the lemon? See what inspires the lemon. See how it glares at you in the light with its yellowy, glossy skin. Do you actually take in the lemon? When you go to pick up the lemon, do you feel the texture of its skin? Do you smell the lemon and take in its aura, how it smells? Do you feel and take in the sensations of the good energy that it brings, the healing and power that it has within itself? Do you admire the hardness, the softness of its layers? So the point I'm getting at here, you see, friend, is that me, you, yourself, and I, and like many other people on this planet, we are like those very lemons that we seem to always just grab and take, and never seem to take our time to admire. Now, I know right now, to you this may not make any sense, but trust me, I assure you, in due time, if you remain patient and silent enough to just allow my words to sink into you, I am sure everything will seem to make sense in natural timing. Now, we are like these lemons because we all have many layers. Some of us, our layers are soft. Some of us, our layers are hard. Some of us, our layers are hairy. And some of us, our layers are flawless. But yet one fact remains every single time, that no matter how many layers we all have, each to our own, or to each individual, at the core, heart and essence of all those layers, we are beings of pure, unimaginable thought and action, of imagination, inspiration, motivation, and vastness of creativity. We are all but layers of flesh and muscle and dust and earth and stars in this vast galactic cosmos. Now, I'll try my best to not get too deep into what I am saying, but I would just like to enlighten you, just into it, just a little bit. Nothing that will blow your mind. But you see, friend, what I've come to realize in this life is that many of us have been given a calling, let's say a purpose or a mission in this life, the next, the past, and now in our lives, that it's never going to be easy. And yes, it will be hard. But what would be the point in a mission or purpose if it wasn't hard. You see, for it to be hard means there's meaning behind it. There's sacrifices that must be made for a greater good, for a greater abundance of something that's far beyond our wildest of dreams. Just at our fingertips. Sometimes we climb the mountain and think we're so far away from the top. But yet, when we are struggling to get up the mountain, we're too busy looking down at our own feet to even see how close we are to the top. And you see, in life, this is how it goes sometimes. We endure the pain and suffering of our own actions, of others' actions, and those of words. Words hold power and the key to many of the doors that we choose to unlock in our lives. Words have meaning. And yes, meanings can hurt, can cut, stab, and drill deeper than any instrument. Words are a foundation of who we are as beings. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm very tired. I have had a very long day. But still, I will try my best to remain as attentive as I can for the time being. Right. Where was I? Oh, right, yes. Thank you. Okay. So, yes. To be honest, I actually don't remember what I said. Oh well, it doesn't matter. I guess what was said only need to be said once. It didn't need to be over explained. And you see, this is the beauty of life. We can do many things at once. And yet, it takes one action. Just one flawless movement of maneuver. Everything else falls into place. To be able to just let go and embrace the inner you is the beauty and the everlasting peace from within. But it's coming back to me now. Yes. Okay, thank you. I'll say this, friend. Of my 20 years on this planet, let's just say I've learned numerous of things. The easy way and the hard way. As I tend to be very stubborn. I mean, sometimes I just can't help it. But I guess I'll use the excuse of the fact that I am an Aquarius, so I guess if that helps. Okay, I'm sorry. I know that was a bit of a cringe one, but hey, they do say Aquarius is very stubborn, and I am an Aquarius after all, so I would say it's the worthy, valid excuse. So don't hate now. But now we're on the topic. Literally, you see, with our purpose, it requires us to do many a great things. Some things we understand, and some, fortunately, we'll never be able to grasp the understanding of what that God, the universe, wants us to do. As if we tend to lean on our own understanding and a 3D plane, we end up messing up the plan, what's beyond the 3D plane. Do you see what I'm trying to say? We tend to do more things of our own doing and understanding than realizing that there's a higher power that's doing all the work. All the work. So it's okay. We can let go. We can find peace. We can find happiness. And we can find joy. It doesn't always have to be pain and suffering and cries out all alone with nobody to talk to. It doesn't always have to be like that. Or just to talk to God, or just to the universe itself. And I will tell you this, friend. What I have learned for these 20 years of living is that when you are destined for something great and you're trying your best to be yourself and do great things, there will be many folks that hate and will dislike you. I warn you, friend, as I lie down here next to you and tell you now that I know there are those that do not like me. There are those that despise me. There are those that wish to be like me. And there are those that hate me. But in the great words of Sasuke Uchiha himself said, and once said, and I quote, I alone can bear the weight of the hatred in the world now. For hatred in darkness cannot be destroyed. Now, I just had to put that one out there because, you seem like someone who likes the anime. You seem like someone that's very creative, that's very analytical. So, I thought it'd be a nice gesture to throw out. Anime is a very soul-searching, soul-lusting, soul-catching sense of fantasy. As in this world, that's all we ever seem to chase is a fantasy. And this is where I believe the saying comes from. They say dreams do come true. For dreams are nothing but fantasies deep down. And we all know that. And I shall not despise you, myself, or anyone else for wanting to have fantasies. As I begin to understand now that in this life, many things are attainable. The impossible is possible. So, after all, life is worth living. Yeah, I don't know. sometimes I feel like I'm just rambling on, to be honest, but I don't know. Maybe I am good at this whole talking thing, I guess. But I don't know. It's nice just being able to talk to someone. Just be able to just free my mind just a little bit. You know, not just talking about some rubbish old. Well, let me not say rubbish or old, but for the longest I've tried to fit in. And yeah, it doesn't work. I mean, I hear that, guys, some girls like their football, they love Arsenal, Liverpool, Man United, Chelsea, Man City, and the list goes on and on and on. And we could all sit there, talk about the news, talk about, yeah, some things with the economy, politics. I don't know, I hear it all. And to the point of all is, I understand that people of the matrix talk, the bots, so the code. That's a lot of our so-called awakened people know them as the bots of the matrix. Yeah, it does sound like a whole mad like code, doesn't it? Like it's a whole mad scheme, all part of the plan. But I don't know. I would say I've never really found anyone that connects on my kind of level. And I'm not talking about punctually, or not even how to just carry themselves as a person, but I mean just intellectually. Like I always feel like I'm just so far distant from everyone else. Not in an egotistical way or in a, oh, I'm better than you, and oh, you're dumb, you're smart, you're a genius, you're not. Like, no, I just mean in terms of being able to connect to someone's heart, being able to look a person in their eyes and see them in all their purity, being able to feel someone and know that they're just like you, but just so different in many different ways. It's just, to me, it's captivating. The way I can just interact with just another being. It's just, no one will interact with me in the way that I would interact with them. For some people, a kiss is just a kiss. But for me, a kiss is like I'm entering that other person's field of just enormous, incredible energy. Just like I said, back to the lemon. I'm able to be in someone's vicinity and know what they smell like. Do you know how amazing that is? I'm able to be around some other people and I'm able to feel their energy, their aura. I'm able to touch and feel different textures of skin and hair, smells, sight, even the way people think. It all intrigues me. It's inspiring to just know that there's people out there that don't even know that they're amazing themselves. And I know I probably sound like a freak, I know, but you just don't understand. A person like me, I've been alone for years. And I've never really connected with anyone that's like me. The way I think, the way I move, the way I talk, the way I just always see a light in everything that's dark. it's almost felt like I've never really lived a life. Like I've always been detached. As if I was to just sit on a sofa and watch life just go on by like seasons. Like binge watching a Netflix show. Like no one knows how to truly connect deep, but I know that I know how to. Because I would know how I would want someone to treat me. And I understand there's many people out here that are hurting and they need healing. I do understand that. And I also understand there's many of us out here that have needs. But because of these tendencies for these needs, we seem to forget that a lot of these needs can lead us into places we don't want to be, or end up making us do actions that we don't really want to do. And yes, I understand. We're in a generation now where a lot of sexual activity can be going on. I do understand that. And energy and vibrations are high and feelings are low. People are trying to look for that something to lean onto, to hold onto, that hope, that just, this person will love me for me, will cherish me for me, embrace me for me, allow me to be me. And I understand that. But deep down, I feel like people know that the people they're hanging around with is no more good than any good for them. And I think people are starting to realise that the more people that hang around, the more snakes that are just in the grass, just waiting to attack and strike. Like as if the clock was about to strike midnight. And it's a shame, I know. Because the way I can just connect to someone, it's just, they'd end up falling down like snow. And they wouldn't even know which way to turn or go. But just know that there's always a heart that will allow them to be, come and go. Fast or slow. Nobody knows. But this is how the life of the world goes. So it's important when we make these intricate, intimate connections with one another, we need to realise, are we receiving the lemon and squeezing it? Or are we receiving the lemon and embracing it? And taking it in all its glory? When we touch skin, are we just touching skin, or are we actually feeling ridges and bumps? Are we actually feeling the history of someone else's body? Or are we just feeling someone else's body just because of these urges that we feel? Just because of these temptations that we feel within ourselves? No. When we feel each other, we must be able to understand each other just through our touch. We should be able to know each other just by the touch. We should be able to just communicate with each other just through the sense of a touch. But no, everyone's just quick to just, let's just get it on. Folks don't even do role play anymore. Folks just get straight to it. No emotional attachment, no nothing. Folks don't even get to know a being for the just for the simple fact of them being right in front of them. No, so I know I sound like I'm ranting, and I probably am, but it just frustrates me because I can honestly say I have met many intriguing people in my lifetime, but no one just seems to get me, and it annoys me, it frustrates me, because I just want someone like me. And I know it's probably so selfish of me to say that, I know, because that's probably such a high expectation, I know, but I just want someone to be able to just look me in my eyes, I mean, to touch me and feel me, to just know that it's the purest of me and the sincerest of me that they will ever get in their lives. I want them to know just by my presence, just by the way I'll just walk by. I just want them to know that no matter what, they'll be safe in open arms, closed arms, or even just a mile away, even just by a hug, kiss, touch, just a sense of just I'm there. I just want them to know I could be everywhere and nowhere all at once, but yet I will always still remain me. There's no need for any girl to pay a fee. What? And that's on me. Best believe and trust me. But friend, I know I've probably just waffled on and on and on, so I am gonna allow you to get your peace of mind, your sleep, your abundance of sleep and rest and prosperity, because we have our purpose long ahead of us, and the journey ahead has just begun. But that's okay, that's a good thing, because that means we have so much more to enjoy together, and even on our lonesomes. So I'd like to tell you good night. May God bless you. May He restore you, and may He give you peace of your mind, His mind, and the mind of others, to be able to care, love, and share prosperity across all kingdoms, all nations, all peoples, and all one self. And I'll say Amen and Shalom. Have a good night. Bye, friend.